Good evening, welcome back to the channel. So the weather's been absolutely shocking. Relentless rain in Cornwall. I don't know what it's like around the rest of the UK, I'm sure you'll tell me, but we've had weather warning after weather warning, storm after storm. We've had 4 dry days since the turn of January. It's now mid-February. It's been absolute shambles. The ground is sodden. I don't know how much more water it can take, to be honest. So hence why we're wearing slippers in the loft, just to reduce the amount of, eliminate the amount of water that we're getting into the lofts if we wore our Crocs in, or boots or whatever we're wearing. Obviously bringing moisture in and bedding the floor, it's no good for birds. Feel sorry for the blokes that have reared early and have got youngsters that are at the age where they can go out now. It's pretty bad. Can't let them out on this. Like I said, I don't know what it's like around the rest of the UK. So as you see, all the birds are out now. All the fences, all the gates are up, apart from 2 pairs. So we've had a couple of problem pairs. That cock there, dark cock, and his son that we brought into the stock loft this year, that we brought ourselves. He went into the next door, smashed both eggs, and he took a good beating for it. So what we do is now we bar them up during the day, him and his father. So his father's up there. He likes to go into next door and try and cause havoc. So when that dark cock is out, the fence is down. When he's barred up during the day, that fence is up. They can do as they please. So the hen's sitting at the moment because it's evenings. It's usually hens by the evening, cocks during the day. Hens by night, cocks by day. And these guys won't be allowed out on their own. Those 2 dark cocks won't be allowed out on their own without anybody here. So father's usually here during the day, looking over these and the pigeons up the race loft. The race loft is even worse, is up there. Obviously we've got 5 old cocks up there, good as gold, navigating their pens, happily making nests. But you've got 11 yearling cocks up there, and they just want to tear each other up. So what father did today was he opened up the hen section, cleaned up the hen section, put some easy bed in there, put some extra perching in there, and there's been no scraps today. Because Monday there was 3 cocks in 1 pen scrapping over the pen, and they were bloodied up. There was 1 cock there that snapped one of his flights on his right wing, I think it was. No good. Luckily they're all on dummy eggs up there, but yeah, it's no good having all this scrapping. That there, obviously having 2 broken eggs is through a spanner in the works for feeding, sending eggs from up here up to there. We're 2 eggs short now, so it's a real pain, because we've written down when the birds have laid in both lofts, and we match them up to as close as we can, like a 2 days either side really is maximum. I mean, we've done 4 or 5 days before, but 2 days is really maximum, I think. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass, obviously, not being able to have all the time with them, and if we was here, that wouldn't have happened, because I like to sit in here and observe the pigeons, as father does. He'll sit here, observe them, see which ones are causing any havoc, and keep an eye on them. It usually does calm down within a week of laying the 2nd egg. So we have an idea for next season, and what we're going to do is we are going to pair them up probably a week before Blackpool instead of a week after this year, and as soon as they lay their 2nd egg, they will be put all on pot eggs. Stock birds and the race birds, they'll all be put on pot eggs, and then we'll open the gates up. They can do whatever they want. They can scrap to their heart's content, and there'll be no chance of any broken eggs. We probably will take off one side of the front, so obviously they aren't trapped in there, because once obviously a cock or a hen goes into the wrong pen in one of those fronts, it's impossible. They don't look to get out, they just look to defend their pen, and that's how you end up with, obviously, pigeons will fight to the death if you let them, and you'll end up with bloodied up cocks, bloodied up hens, trampled young ones, broken eggs, etc. It's bad. So next year we are going to get all of them on the second egg, take the eggs away, put them all on pot eggs, and we're going to invest in a Brinsea a Maxi 24 incubator. And we'll take the eggs away and we'll mark them with an eggshell safe, non-toxic marker pen to let us know which eggs are from what pen, and we'll incubate them inside for ourselves. And we'll put them back once the scrapping would have been well done before the the babies start chipping out. So that's the plan for next season. It will cut out a lot of stress for us, having to change pairs every 20 minutes and every 20 minutes, half an hour, and just let them get on with it. And then obviously put the eggs back when they start chipping, and then they'll be able to rear the young ones with no problem of scrapping, because all the scrapping would have been done. They're navigating their pens absolutely fine now, apart from a couple of cocks. I mean, he hasn't done it since, and nor's he. But when we're here, we just don't know. So we're keeping the cocks barred in when we're not here. Well, keeping the pairs barred in when we're not here. And we'll see how that goes. So obviously you see the nest cups on the front of the pens. They'll be taken off in the next day or two. They don't need them anymore. There's a drinker there. They don't need those cups. We will leave the galley pots inside the pens for when they're obviously the youngsters are ready to chip out end of next week. There is one pair in here that laid quite early, before 8 days. I think it's that pen there. She laid on the 31st of January. Anyway, so that was her first egg, and her second egg was 2nd of January, 2nd of February. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll get a Brinsea incubator. They ain't cheap, like I said. They're about £300, and they got quail insets. So they got insets for hens, turkey eggs, goose eggs, duck eggs, and quail eggs. Now, I've done a bit of research, and there are different types of species of quail, but the quail eggs are around about the same size as a pigeon egg. Not very big, although there are some hens in here that lay fairly big eggs. And you've got a program to change the incubation temperature to what you want it. So we'll use that. And there's 40 insets for the quail eggs. We won't need that many for the first round. Obviously, it will only be for the first round, so we'll use it. We'll get use out of it every year. But it will be easier for us, whatever works best for Father and I to get through the first few weeks of breeding without getting stressed and pulling our hair out, or what we got left anyway. So that's the plan. So as I said, they're going to be chipping out soon, and then obviously the racers will be rearing it. They should calm down. They have been behaving themselves today. So Father said, when I came home, Father left, and I kept an eye on them. There was no scrapping whatsoever since the hens section has been open. So that's good. Obviously, they were just on top of each other and fighting for dominance. And yeah, yearling cocks especially. Well, the hens are okay. In here, the hens have been absolutely fine. It's just the young cock and his father. And his father's a bloody hard bugger as well. He don't take no. For an answer. Once he wants to get into a pen, he's got his heart set on it, and his son is obviously the same. But he took a batter, and he did. So once the youngsters are weaned off up the race loft, then we'll start working on the race birds. We're going to try and get the best out of the hens this year. For the last couple of seasons, they've been pretty flat. So our best season was the same year we started up Roundabout. We had a very good season with the hens, and they were on V perches. And we bought these the following season, 2024, 2025. As you can see, they're in here. The easy clean boxes. But we had problems with them pairing up. And we were getting two hens in one of these slots. They were just pairing up. It didn't affect the cocks, which was funny, bit strange. It didn't affect the cocks' performances. They were racing the socks off, but the hens were pretty flat. We had a couple of minor tickets with the hens, but the cocks have been a lot better racing than the hens the past few seasons. And we want to continue with roundabout, so we want to try and get the best out of the hens. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them on V-perches again and put dividers in between the V-perches so they can't see each other. We're going to tweak the system a little bit, so we'll go into that when it gets closer to racing. We're going to tweak the system a little bit just to make sure if we can get the best out of the hens without them pairing up. That'll be fantastic, and we should see the hens perform better than they have done in the previous couple of seasons. So we'll do an update on that when we get closer to the time of racing anyway. There's still a while to go yet. And we just got to hope that this weather turns for the better soon, because it's getting on everyone's nerves. And it's no good for the birds. So I hope everyone's having a good breeding season. I'm going to get up now and go in for a little bit. As I said, these pigeons have sorted themselves out now, apart from obviously that cock and that cock down there. And we'll take all these cups off and ready for chipping eggs. We've got all the rings ready, we've got everything sorted, so looking forward to racing the youngsters this year. Looking forward to racing in general this year. I think it'll be a very good season for racing under the new officers. So we'll definitely be looking forward to that. So I hope everyone's having a good breeding season. We'll do another update shortly. That's just a little pen there for us to keep our miscellaneous bits. Obviously we keep a bucket of corn there, some loft white, some blue roll, and all the records that are in there. So as I said, the records, blabbering on a bit now, should get inside really, but in the dry. So the breeding records are in here. That's all the pens, and as you can see in the notes, that's all the dates that the race loft laid, and we've already matched up the pairs. So pen 4 in the race loft will be floating. Pen 4 in the stock loft. Pen 8 in the race loft will be floating pen 6. They're just basically closest to dates as possible. But obviously with those 2 broken eggs, it's thrown a spanner into the works. We're waiting to hear back to see if we can get a couple of eggs to be fostered, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, do another update shortly. Take care of yourselves. Hope you're having a good breeding season. Most of all, guys, enjoy your pigeons. Take care.